hey, how many eggs are worth breaking to make a few omelets? Durante painted a picture for the American public back in New York in the United States of America as, look at the wonders of Soviet communism. Look at the advances in industrialization. And yes, there have been some downstream effects of a reduction in food supply, but I want you to see if this doesn't sound familiar to modern times. What he had mastered, and George Orwell talked about this, was the art of dark communication. In other words, instead of saying there's mass death from starvation, manipulating language so you say something like this: increased mortality due to complication of diseases from malnutrition. I mean, tell me that doesn't ring a bell of whatever you want to apply it to in modern day journalism. From gender to COVID. How do you take something obvious and turn it into an impenetrable sentence? It didn't just start now. They have a long history of it. And oh, have they been rewarded. Walter Durante, for that type of opaque language, increased mortality due to complications of disease from malnutrition, with millions of people dying and resorting to cannibalism, was awarded the Pulitzer Prize. For that coverage, not only was he published in the New York Times, he was awarded the highest of honors in journalism. In fact, although he is long gone, Walter Durante's Pulitzer Prize remains. They have had a chance, no doubt, to revisit this issue, as the truth of the Soviet Union came out over time, and it took decades and really wasn't fully realized until it fell in the 90s. As the truth came out, the Pulitzer Committee had a chance to revoke Walter Durante's Pulitzer Prize, but they chose not to. A man named Sig Gisler, who was a professor of journalism once at Columbia and then at Stanford, decided not to revoke Durante's Pulitzer. There's always someone ready to break a few eggs to make an omelet.